Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to another episode here on the channel. Now, we have some news coming in from Formula One, stating that Sebastian Vettel will be leaving Ferrari at the end of this season, the 2020 season, which hasn't even started. Which, if you think about it, someone's announced they're leaving before the season has even started. Yes, we're theoretically already halfway through the season, but it's mad to think that. So, Sebastian Vettel leaving Ferrari. I don't think many people expected it. I think most people were just like, okay, Seb's running out of a contract. He'll just bang sign a new one during the 2020 season, and he'll get back in that car the season afterwards. I really doubt there was many people who thought that he was going to leave or retire possibly, which is also a possibility, but I doubt you'd say you're leaving a team to then say later that you're retiring. Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. So, why Sebastian Vettel left Ferrari? I can see it in a couple of different ways, multiple ideas. That could, together be the answer of why it happened. Possibly one, because the Ferrari history is massive. I mean, you've got Schumacher and lots of other people who have driven for Ferrari and have had the glory in the Scuderia Ferrari car, which he has had. I think Sebastian Vettel has gotten 14 wins for the entire team over his 6 years. At the end of the season, it'll be 6 years he's spent at the team. Maybe also that he hasn't won anything at Ferrari. Not meaning like the single races, like I just said, he's won 14. But as in, he hasn't won a championship, neither has he won a Constructors' Championship. So maybe that could also add up. And then also my final idea would be that he almost sees Leclerc as a threat, of basically him then becoming Ferrari's #1 driver, and then Vettel become #2, which I'm sure he would not want at all, because of a driver that, like, even if you, like, imagine you're Sebastian Vettel and you have a younger Charles Leclerc as your teammate, you wouldn't want to then switch to a driver who's much younger than you, even though you're way more experienced and you have won 4 consecutive championships in a row. You really wouldn't want to do it. So those are the almost options I think that might have gone through Seb's mind. Also, maybe it's had to do with this whole quarantine period. I'm not going to say why, because YouTube hates it. The beer, we'll call it the beer, the quarantine time, because of the beer. And basically that, it's given him time to think about it.
We want to pit this lap, so
and
push now.
Or it's almost brought him to, my future isn't the brightest here at Ferrari. I need a new, fresh start. That could possibly be the answer why. Where will he go? This is a question I have no idea. He probably wouldn't want to see the step too far down, like Kimi did. I think Kimi could have maybe somehow gone a better deal if the teams like Mercedes might go for Lando, or Albon came to the Red Bull Toro Rosso, which is now AlphaTauri. I can see him going to McLaren. That's where I can see him most likely going, which means, theoretically, he'd probably switch with Carlos Sainz, which I'm completely on board with. Because out of all the theories, hey, Hamilton is running out of contract. He could go there. You've got Carlos Sainz, and a couple more other guys. And one which just blew my mind off was Fernando Alonso. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's driven for Ferrari before. He's in the same situation as, or was in the same situation as Sebastian, and he won races, but he didn't have that much glory with him. So maybe it has something to do with that. But I can't see Fernando coming back. As much as he was a great driver during his time, I just see him. I can't see him coming back to Formula One. If so, not to a big team like Ferrari. So I think I'm going to jump on the bandwagon and go, hey, it's going to most likely be Sainz, a swap with McLaren. Because it can't be Lando, because I like Lando a lot. But he's just come to F1, and there's not much of a big chance he will do what Albon did last season, and within half a season go to one of the top 3 teams, which is mad. Respect him for doing that. So let's do the situation now. Carlos Sainz moves to Ferrari, and Sebastian, and we'll forget about Sebastian for a moment. So that would mean there'd be a spot free at McLaren, which could possibly mean that, well, I can see it happening, Daniel Ricciardo moves from Renault to McLaren, because his contract's running out. He's perfectly timed it. He hasn't had the success, I don't think, that he was hoping for at Renault. And I wish he had stayed at Red Bull, and I'm sure he's thinking the exact same thing sometimes, because Red Bull did great this season with Max and Albon, and Gasly got half the season as well. He sadly didn't do too well. But I can see then Ricciardo moving to McLaren, which then leaves a spot open at Renault, which means Vettel could go to Renault, which is a midfield team. So most of the time gets into the top 10, so it's still like some pretty much dead in the middle. It's still a really good team though. They're the 5th team on the grid. I mean, it could be worse. You could have a situation of Kimi, who moved to Toro Rosso, which not Toro Rosso, Alfa Romeo, sorry, when he moved from Ferrari to Alfa Romeo, which I kind of think was too much, too far of a step down. I think he could have gone so much a better deal somewhere, but hey, that's the past. You can't change much about it. If then you guys got a time machine, which call me up, because I'd love to travel into the future, even back into the past. So back to the subject. What was said in the press? So basically, Binotto and Vettel both had separate interviews with the press. So they both said approximately the same things, but Binotto almost rounded it up, and they said, yeah, it's probably best for the driver, best for the team. We'll both have to go our different ways. We discussed about it. I think it's the best option. Where Vettel sort of said, went more into details and said a bit more. I don't have it on me. I only read it once, so I'm just saying what's stuck in my head. But yeah, I think Vettel said a bit more than Binotto. If you guys want to read it, I'm sure you can just give an interview with Vettel after announcing leaving from Ferrari, and I'm sure it will come up, a video of it even. And then probably going to be the final subject for today is going to be the future of Ferrari. So obviously Ferrari want, like, you'd think logically they'd want a fresh start in that. Like, you've got Charles Leclerc, who has immense potential and is going to be a great driver. And then you're going to go for someone who's just as good or better. Hence, I think Carlos Sainz will take the seat, which is going to be, again, great for Leclerc, because first he's learned from Vettel, even though through their incidents, and but then also learning from Sainz. He's a learned Formula One driver. He's been in the business for multiple seasons. He's been it for a while. He's been at multiple teams as well, Renault and McLaren, I think. Sure, it would be a shame to lose Sainz from McLaren, because the relationship that Lando and Sainz have is just massive. Like, they are probably have the best relationship in the paddock between the drivers. So that'd be a shame to see leave. But I think that's sort of what Ferrari wants to go for. They want someone younger than Vettel, someone who can maybe help win them on constructors, or even if the car is good enough this season, or not this season, next season, to go and at least challenge Hamilton for the title. And also I could see something very, very funny happening. Of Vettel having an absolute belter this season and almost regretting. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you enjoyed, and if you want to see more videos like this, if anything happens, you maybe want to know a bit more about the F1 game that's coming out in July, let me know, and I'll see you guys all later, and I'll leave you with the celebrations.